Hey everyone, welcome back to Lumber Capital Log Yard. I'm Emerald, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys our solar kiln, and if you've been following our progress with building it, then this will be an update for you. I'm going to use a moisture meter to basically check the moisture percentage in the lumber that is in there now. It is the dead of summer, so it's been really hot and really dry, so it doesn't take a while for the stuff to dry out right now this time of season. But our kiln is 100% solar with no electricity going towards it, so it takes a while for the stuff to dry out this way, but the sun is free, so we like to harness that if we can, and I'll show you how our solar kiln is working here in a minute. Before I do, remember to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram at lumbercapital07. But other than that, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be using this moisture meter here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with one of these, but it will show the exact percentage of moisture that is in basically whatever you stick the little pokers into. So basically you just take this cap off, and these things are kind of sharp and you want to stick whatever into there as much as possible. Ow, I poked myself. So actually my skin is at 26%, which is pretty moist. I have moist skin, everyone. Seriously though, I don't know if you can see. Can you get that?
25. The dot.
So there's actually a little thing on the back here. So the red, it's decay inevitable, and then towards the green, which would be good, would be you're dry. So the red is really moist, and then the green is dry. So let's go and check what the moisture of our wood is in here. It is really hot in here, so let's not spend more time than we need to. We have everything in here should be hardwood except for this right here. We have some sunburst locust, some walnut, and then this bottom stuff here is some cherry, and then we also have some maple in here. This walnut right here is the last stuff we actually put in here, so it should be the most moist. So it actually doesn't even read, so that is very, very, very dry. It looks like I'm getting a reading on this piece of sunburst locust here at 6%, so that is below actually what it needs to be. For wood to be considered good kiln dried wood, it should be anywhere from 7 to 9%. That is considered dry, so this stuff definitely meets our expectations with flying colors. It is very dry. This stuff has been in here for a while. I think the walnut that you saw me test first has been in here for a good 2-3 weeks, but like I said, it is in the dead of summer. We didn't really have to let it sit that long. The stuff that has been in here, the other stuff has been in here for a few months. Obviously it won't dry nearly as fast in the winter time, because the only things that is making it so hot and dry in here is the black walls and the special plastic that we are using for the other ones. The plastic we used on the kiln is a special light diffusing plastic, very similar to what you would use on a greenhouse. It is also a laminated plastic, making it very strong and durable. So it's not the thin stuff that you'd go and buy at Lowe's. It's actually pretty thick, tough material so it can withstand the roughness of the log yard in general. In the future, we are going to get fans in here just to blow around the air a little bit more in there. Right now, I was in there for literally 3 minutes and already started sweating. So it is, what would you say, Jade, like 100 degrees in there, maybe more? Yeah, maybe over 100 degrees. It is hot, hot, hot in there. So that black paint and plastic is definitely doing its job. Now I'm kind of curious to test some of the other woods that are around here. So let's give some other stuff some try using this moisture meter here. I'm kind of curious to see what these logs are before they've been cut. Obviously, these are fresh trees, only been cut for, 2 weeks, probably maybe even less than that. So let's give it a try. 17, that's in the yellow. Let's try this big one here. Yeah, so it is very moist. 26. It's jumping between 26 and 25 here. So definitely not dry. This is fresh lumber that I just cut today, so let's give it a try. So that actually reads that it is very moist, that piece, 60%. That one's even less, so it really varies. As you can see, that this board was 60% and this one's 20. Really depends on the log. Now I basically am going to just walk around sticking this thing into everything. I'm now going to go and look and see what the moisture content is of some of the lumber that has been sitting out stickered for a little while. So these are some 2x8s. They've been here for at least a few days, so they're not very freshly cut anymore. And let's see what the reading is on this. So that actually says it's at 8%, 9%. So that's right there, right at the border of being pretty dry, but it's nothing compared to what we have in the kiln. Oh, 14%. You are not dry yet, feller. This thing's been here for quite a few years. 6%. It's out here getting rained on. 6%. 12%. I guess the paint really holds in all the moisture. These have been here for years. One thing that I have noticed when running the mill in the past is that some of the logs can be really dry and then others pretty wet. Wet enough when you pull it off, your hands are actually got wet from just touching them. So it really varies depending on the log, and it doesn't really matter how long it's sat. Obviously it will dry if it's sat longer, but I know that some of these trees that come off my father's log site, they have all been freshly cut, so there should not be much of a difference, but there is. Some trees have a lot more moisture than others, and we noticed this when cutting firewood too, because we're obviously selling seasoned for a different price, and there can be two logs that have sat the same amount of time and are roughly the same size, obviously, and one can be just a lot more moist than the one next to it. So it is an interesting thing to note for sure. Well, that was a fun little adventure exploring all of the moisture in everything. When I say everything, I mean wood of all varieties. I had fun. I hope that you guys did too. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you liked this video, but other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.